Hi there guys, it's the Bossman here with another video, and this time we're diving into one of the best early game farms for Borderlands 4, Splashzone. This big bad psycho is an absolute loot machine, especially for those sweet legendaries to kickstart your build. Some of my runs he even dropped 2 legendaries at the same time, and in the final section of the video he dropped 5 legendaries in a row. I've personally farmed this guy over 100 times, and I'm here to share everything that I've learned. From where to find him, how to cheese the fight, and exactly what dropped for me. There are 5 in total, with one being an extremely useful shield that's perfect for mobs and groups of enemies, and the other a very interesting but extremely rare pistol. If you're grinding for that early power spike, stick around because this guide is gonna save you hours. Anyways, let's get straight into it. First off, let's talk location. Splashzone hangs out in Riptide Grotto, which is in the coastal bonescape area of the Fade Fields. You'll encounter him naturally during the main story mission recruitment drive given by our favorite robot buddy, Claptrap. Once you beat him the first time, you're all set to farm. No need to quit and reload like in older games. Borderlands 4 makes it easy with Moxie's big encore machine right next to the arena entrance. Just fast travel to the stock room order silo. It's right above the farm spot. Drop down and pay up some cash to respawn him. The cost scales with your level, but trust me, you'll make it back selling the junk loot. Now the fight itself. Splashzone is a beefy badass psycho with a big red flesh health bar, no shields or armor phases, which makes him super straightforward. He's got melee slams, ground pounds, and he'll spawn groups of enemies like smaller psychos and explosive barrels. For weapons, go incendiary for max effectiveness since he's flesh based. If you don't have fire gear yet, kinetic, cryo or radiation works just fine, but skip shock and corrosive, they're weak here. Strategy wise, kite him around the area. It's a big open space with edges, so don't fall off. Stay mobile, jump a lot to dodge his attacks, and focus on critical hits to his head or the glowing spots when he charges. If you're under level, bring a co-op buddy or spec into survivability. The whole fight takes like 1 or 2 minutes. Once you're geared, you'll kill him in seconds, making this one of the fastest farms early on. I did my runs from level 34 to level 36 and it was smooth sailing. One-shotting most of the time with my trusty foreboding Valor, a Jacob shotgun that has a crazy alt fire, launching 5 grenades that do massive damage. I had this weapon drop for me during the Inceptus Primordial Guardian Vault boss. Alright, now we cover the juicy part, the loot. Splashzone has 3 dedicated legendary drops, meaning he's got a higher chance to cough these up compared to world drops. Here is what he can give you. Lead Balloon the Torque shotgun, Jelly the Ripper grenade, Fireworks Torque shield, and the Watching Phantom flame pistol made by Jacob, and the Torrential Toil legendary enhancement for Maliwan weapons. The lead balloon fires floating projectiles that burst into small shots on impact. Insane for crowd control and boss melting. Great for any builds needing explosive splash damage. Here are some of the variants that I collected. Look how quickly I kill Splashzone with his own gun and the shield that he drops. The Jelly Ripper grenade is a bouncing explosive mod that splits into child grenades. Perfect for area denial and clearing mobs during fights. Here are some of the variants that I collected. The Fireworks shield is a defensive powerhouse with missiles that shoot out of every enemy that you kill. It is extremely effective when fighting in crowds, and you will just randomly see hit markers indicating more enemy deaths that you weren't even shooting at. This is my favorite shield that I found in the game, and I will advise you to grind out this item for you and your friends. Here are some of the variants that I collected. Then finally, in one of my runs, I received a pistol that I've never seen before. It's called the Watching Phantom Flame, made by Jacobs, and it has a really unique ability. When you zoom in or ADS on an enemy, the gun will display locked and will fire all 6 shots guaranteed to hit the target. This is especially useful versus flying enemies or those moving too quick to track. The gun is fun to use and might be perfect for your next pistol build. Funny enough, it also perfectly matches the look of my Rafa. Here is the video proof of me earning this drop at Splashzone. Then the final item I received was a legendary enhancement for Maliwan guns called Torrential Toil. Presumably this is also like the Watching Phantom Flame pistol, a world drop that has a chance to drop at Splashzone. The enhancement is amazing, but I have not been able to use it in my current build. Have a look at these stats. 10% bonus damage from the inactive modes element. On-kill Maliwan license parts spread their active status effect to up to 3 nearby targets, and the gun damage and fire rate is increased by 19%. Now for my 100 farm results. I tracked every drop to give you real data. Out of 100 kills, the lead balloon shotgun dropped 6 times, the jelly grenade 7 times, the firework shield 5 times, 2 world legendary drops including the Watching Phantom Flame and Torrential Toil enhancement. Total legendaries 20. That's about a 20% legendary drop rate overall. Better than the usual 10 to 14% in past games I've heard. But my run could just be luck. So remember, this is just the results of my experience. The rest of the weapons I didn't really check and sold them as junk immediately. I made millions that morning. Not bad for an early morning boss, right? If you're hunting specifics like the penetrator, that's from another farm by the way, you might get lucky with world drops here too. But stick to Splashzone for these 3. A few extra tips. Farm on the hardest difficulty available to you if you can handle it for better loot quality. And remember to junk everything as you pick it up so it's quicker to sell at the vending machine. That's it for the Splashzone farm guide. If this helped you gear up, remember to one-tap that like button, subscribe for more Borderlands 4 tips and drop a comment. What's your favorite early legendary so far? Have you managed to get the legendary pistol that I showed you? I'll leave you with some of the farming footage. Thanks for watching, Vault Hunters. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.